Hello everyone guys, and welcome to the new Formula E Gen 2 2021 car on rFactor 2. There has been updates recently for now the upcoming Formula E Accelerate series that is about to start tonight. That is about to start in 1.5 hours time. And we're here tonight for taking this car out, learn about the new feature which is called Attack Mode on rFactor 2. It's been a while there already in Formula E, but now on rFactor 2 they brought it in for the Formula E Accelerate series, and we're going also to check what the drivers will face tonight, as it is a fixed setup. It will be a 25-minute race, and we're racing around the track of New York. So this is the New York track. To be honest, I need to learn it first. Beyond that, drivers just have very minimum and very limited possibilities to work with on the car, because the car will be fixed setup. The only thing that they can change will be the region mode, which they will need for the race, and maximum or engine power, which will be 8 of 10 as the maximum during the race. And yeah, we're going to learn about the track, we're going to learn about the car. We will tell you a little bit about the features for tonight and for this car in general. And then you guys will also see a 25-minute race. The guys have to use attack mode 5 times, I think, in the 25-minute race. Attack mode will enable 35 additional brake horsepower, sorry, not brake horsepower, kilowatts that is, on the car's performance train, and will enable the drivers maybe to do a move into the best overtaking spot on the entire circuit, which is turn 1 as of right here. So going through the circuit in a couple of minutes as well, but first of all, the major change for this car is the new attack mode. We're going to check that out. So we need to press the arm button, so attack mode is armed, and now attack mode is active. And while attack mode is active, I cannot change anything on the engine, because right now I'm running in engine mode 9. Engine mode 9 has 235 kilowatts. And engine mode 8, which will be the maximum in the race, has only 200 kilowatts on engine power. However, what needs to be said though, as you can see the fuel consumption, with the higher engine modes, so with the attack mode that has just now ended because it's going to be available for 30 seconds, and then, as you can see, the other engine modes come up back to life again. After those, as long as you are obviously using the attack mode, you're using way more power, so a lot of energy management is very much important for the race. We're currently using 6.64 kilowatts a lap, including this attack mode, and that will get us right now just 13 laps far. Which means we need to, by all means, decrease our engine consumption, because at the end of the day, with 25 minutes of racing time, we're surely gonna see 20 laps, maybe even more, around the circuit here in New York. What is new about the car? As I mentioned it already, it's the Gen 2 car 2021 edition, so it only features 1 gear. It doesn't have 2 gears anymore, like the car we tried to qualify in had. Other than that, not much changed. All the physics have probably been attached a little bit. The rear end isn't as slidey as beforehand. You guys may remember about the pain. About the pain we had in the qualifying session back then. So those are the things that have changed. Other than that though, the car is still bad on the brakes, and you see what the AI can do. The AI got probably some setup hacks, but the race for us will be pretty much that way, like loads of coasting. getting the tires somehow into the working window. Remember, with the region mode and the brakes, you are harvesting energy, which you need to get the car into an operating window again. So we're gonna use this practice session to learn a little bit about the track. And then actually, we're gonna have a 25-minute race to show you what it is about the required engine modes and engine consumption. In the race, we have to at least use the attack mode 3 times here in the offline race. Sadly, I do believe the attack mode racing restrictions only apply to public servers so far, as the AI is not designed for it.
1:16.04.
Well, as you see, it's 4.69 energy consumpted in the last lap. So you guys already can see what this will be like for the guys in the race. Then loads more saving required for them, and difficult opportunities to overtake. So that will make the qualifying ever so important. As you see, the AI pretty aggressive. Now that said, all the car setup is fixed. I'm not sure whether they will be running on a standard setup or whether they have a customized setup to it. I am not 100% sure about that. But for my racing that's coming up in a couple of seconds, I'm going to do a little bit of a setup change, you know, just a minor one. First one will start with my own hardware to set that a little up. This is a very narrow pit entry. Usually pit entries don't isn't a thing here, but you never know. So for my personal settings, as I said, I'm gonna quickly reduce the calibration of the steering wheel. So put the vehicle set away and turn down the steering wheel range to 630. That's what I ran in the qualifiers as well, and that is also what I feel the best and feel the most comfortable on it. So beyond that, on the car itself, going into the setup, as I said, I'm just doing some minor things like, you know, the usual stuff that works. Minimum tire pressure. On the suspension side, I will detach the rear anti-roll bar and put a little bit more of rake. Nothing too severe. I want the rear to be stable, and at the same time I don't want to have the understeer. So I'm gonna set the suspension just a tiny little bit, you know. Gonna put up the front flap angle because, you know, maximum turnaround, please. And then we head out on track, and remember, we have 100% of energy, and also the multiplier is applied to the 25-minute race. What is meant about the multiplier? Those cars have a specific amount of energy consumption as per default. If you run in a 25-minute race, you need to burn more energy in order to make the race a proper fuel saving race, like it would be in the real world. So rFactor 2 has implied a multiplier. So current fuel consumption, whoops, no region mode. Need to put that up. So rFactor 2 has introduced that multiplier, so even a 25-minute race will be a proper fuel or energy saving not opportunity, task. That was the word I was looking for. So even a 25-minute race will get us properly sweating with the energy. So we want to make sure from the very first lap on to somehow make it 20 laps long. As I said, the guys, according to their lap time, may even do 21 laps. Maybe we will be even doing 21 laps. we'll see about that. I need to get this corner right. Did I said something about I want to have a stiff rear, a stable rear? So I better go back with some settings then. Not sure if it's the arrow. That's a pretty big jump though. Let's put it like this then. So region mode up. So rFactor 2 has, I think, also done some changes to the engine sounds that you can hear on the external camera a lot. Well, apparently it feels like it was the front flap, because the car really was bad and balanced when going around the faster corners. Also, what rFactor 2 has added as a new feature, have a closer look at my fuel gauge. It's going down right now, but the moment I start releasing it and harvesting energy and the region mode turns on, it turns blue. So you can always see from hindsight how much you're harvesting the energy back, which is a nice feature, to be fair. So currently we get pretty bad beaten by the AI. Question is, can we improve? Oh, this corner is so dangerous. So if you guys have any questions towards the series, any questions towards this car, make sure you put your questions down in the comment area below. I'm gonna have a look at them, of course, and we'll answer them as soon as I can. So we're coming in for a 2/10 improvement. I was told the guys were doing 113s in the race as well, so I thought with the AI setting this pace, this is alright, but it seems like I'm way too slow in the car. So can do a 15 point something now.
The lap was a 1:15.30.
So we got exactly fuel for 19 laps left, so 4.27 is our target for the fuel consumption, it seems. So next lap I'm going to take the region, not the region mode, the attack mode, and then I'm gonna do another quick setup change. But before that, I'm going to show you guys how attack mode is looking, because rFactor 2 also has added a virtual feature. A visual feature, not a virtual feature. My goodness me. So I'm starting to be a bit quicker. Question is, are we quick enough? Still clipped the wall too much there. Coming around final turn, another 6/10 improvement.
That was a 1:14.69.
Also the AI won't be able to take the attack mode line. As you know, the AI has been assigned more or less a driving line it shall drive on. But we can be assigned the emit. So what you've seen now, I forgot to arm the attack mode, and I missed it. I missed the activation zone. So my attack mode is not activated. That is something the drivers need to think about. You need to press that activation button up front before attack mode gets enabled. So the AI is driving fairly quick around here, I gotta say. And that is without saving energy. So will they drop out at the end of the race? Who knows? We'll see if attack mode can do a difference now.
The lap was a 1:17.54
on the energy level this lap. So at least we can follow this car quite a lot. And now don't forget, as soon as you come around this turn, attack mode armed, and I need to take the Joker route here. Now the attack mode is active, and now I have 30 seconds time to find an additional gap. Well, not an additional gap, to just find a gap past this car ahead of us. So I need to be very aggressive. I need to make use of that additional fuel got blocked off here by the Penske car. Can we make a move into the hairpin, laid on the brakes? Oh, we slip a little wide, get with a switchback, and already the attack mode has ended, but eventually we made the move on the AI car, so that will be an interesting feature for the race, that's for sure. As you've seen, that AI, that attack mode is pretty powerful, I gotta say. Also, remember, we haven't saved much energy for this lap, so coming around the corner,
the lap was
5.2% of the battery life, I don't want to say wasted, but, well, used indeed. And as I told you, rFactor 2 has put up a little bit of a feature for spectators and for TV cameras to look at. We're gonna have a look at the activation of the attack mode again. Here we're still ahead. I need to quickly find the tape replay time. There we are. And now we see it from... There it is. You can't see that in the car, but you can see it from the external view. This is where we need to go through. And after we've passed that beacon, here the attack mode should be armed. However, of course, since we forgot to press the button the first time, there was no attack mode for us enabled. So I'll quickly fast forward that a little. And you will see the racing will be pretty intense, I'm quite sure about that. Because you've seen it's tight. All the street circuits are very small and very, very tight corners. You can't really drive side by side through them, so you need to do a proper move up front. And we're gonna join the onboard of my car. As you can see, the halo here. I'm just gonna go back with a field of view a bit so that you will see. I hope that this feature works offline as well. We will now go through the attack mode zone to arm the attack mode. Here on the right hand side. And yes, you can see it, not so much from the onboard as I thought it would, but from the external camera. Here you can see the halo is now shining blue. I'm gonna quickly... So you see now the attack mode is armed, the attack mode is enabled for the time that we're using it. And the 30 seconds ran out of time as soon as we went into the hairpin. So with the last bit of attack mode right here, we just lined our car up on the inside. And here the attack mode is off again. So that will be a feature for you guys to see on the stream today. On the stream for the entire Formula E Accelerate series, when drivers are taking their attack mode. So if you have missed it, maybe that the drivers went through the attack mode zone, you still have the possibility to see it from the TV camera's perspective, as the halo is shining blue. So we got 3.5 minutes left. I'm just trying the softer front end suspension and trying somehow to generate a little bit more a little bit more front end. Don't forget to put the region mode up. You need it for both braking and actually for turning. And then we're gonna start the race. 25 minutes, that last position for us. So we will have a proper yeet through the field. And then I hope you guys have enjoyed the quick introduction of the new Formula E Gen 2 2021 car. I like it, you know. It's still quite similar to the car we qualified in. Happily, you can say, we just have one gear, which takes away half of the pain of deciding how to drive this car. Would I say this is an improvement? Yes, for sure. Also the tires, they feel a bit better. It feels like, you know, the car still doesn't turn at all on the front, but I feel that the updated tires are a little bit less to yeet. So, you know, despite going in maximum region mode around the corners, you're not swing sliding the rear around, which is nice. Also, to do the really fastest, the real fastest lap, I think tires need to warm up a bit, huh? AI is putting the nose in. Leave it. Thank you.
The lap was a 1:15.97.
We have to do a proper job on driving though. 100%. Was it actually the lap with the attack mode we put fastest lap of ourselves in, right? So, checker flag is out, which means we will have to advance into the race, hashtag soon. And then, well, I have to save so much energy, so much fuel. It's gonna be a real rodeo drive for me. And you guys will enjoy that, potentially. So we're going through a full range of things here. 20 minutes race means 1,200 seconds of time. With a lap time of, say, 1 minute 13, that means 73 seconds a lap. 1200 by 73, 730 will be 10, 365 will be 5, and 10, 30 and 365, that is 1095, so 2 additional laps then. Is it 2 additional even, just? Or am I doing something wrong? Oh, I'll let quickly do this. Oops. Quickly math it myself. 1200 by 73, that's gonna be, well, it takes 17 laps. Ah, I know where the mistake is. Nearly killed that car. 25 minutes it is, not 20. So we need to have fuel for 21 laps indeed, which means 100 by 21. Allowed fuel consumption is 4.76. Good luck, Michi, saving that. It's gonna be fun. Also, car got no clutch, obviously, so the best thing that you can do is just nail the throttle and go full yeet on power. So we're gonna hopefully see this as well during the race, that the engine mode, maximum engine mode, is 8. And we're gonna see how this will go through the race. So we're gonna advance the session. Where to do it? Next session. Here we go. Of course, we're racing against tons of AI drivers now. So here we are. Race. Say 5 minutes, but it can't be right, can it? Here we go. Actually, into the race. Good start for us. As you can see, engine power is limited to 8. We need a higher region. And then we can... that is not how it's going to look like tonight. 100% not. Apart from now. Now this is probably pretty similar already to what we will see tonight. One important thing, attack mode is armed, but I cannot go through attack mode lap 1. So it will automatically disarm again, and then only become available during the race at some stage. I think it's like DRS after the 3rd lap. It's going to be armed again. So P11 jumped a couple of AIs there in the back. We are remembering our fuel target for 21 lap race. Obviously you cannot come into pits to go for more fuel or more energy. So whatever you will have on the start, 100% will be what you will get for the entire race. So it's a huge managing act.
The lap was a 1:26.11.
Guys, the AI is fairly quick though. 5.92 we used in the first lap. Massive F, guys. Massive F. Look at the amount of coast we need to do. And if the server is set correct, that will be also what the guys in the main race will face tonight. 25-minute race. Happily I'm offline so I can quickly change some things. Because of course you guys would be more interested in the driver's box. Since it shows more of the current race. So here we go again. Sorry. So the classic question at the end of the race will be how much energy the drivers got left in the final stages of the race. So this lap's consumption was 3.72. So we need to be somewhere in the middle. Which makes me think, in order to be somewhere in the middle, how about enable the attack mode for a lap now. So we arm the attack mode, go over the activation beacon, and here we go. For 3 acceleration zones now we got the attack mode ready. So can we close the gap to the cars ahead a bit? Probably not really. We can set ourselves the fastest lap of the race. Remember, you need to activate attack mode for 5 times in the race. Otherwise you will even be disqualified. So that is it will be a server setting by tonight. If you haven't used all the attack modes activations that are required, and I think also that they are not even required, they are, I think, also the maximum at the same time, then you will get penalized.
That was a 1:14.48.
And by penalized I mean you will be disqualified from the race. So you need to make sure to use those attack modes. In the meanwhile, I'm starting to get into the rhythm with the car a bit here. 4.54 second, well, energy liters a lap, despite attack mode. So this is looking goody. Also, looks like I'm about to gain a little bit on the cars ahead in general. If I'm going to be able to attack in the end of the race, I'm not sure yet. Will also depend to see how AI drivers will have the energy harvesting system emulated. As you know, they cannot use the attack mode. Also, a different engine mapping and stuff may apply to their driving.
That was a 1:14.79.
So I can still make a little bit more use of engine power. 4.40. Which means 18.4 laps to go at this rate of consumption, so we're good on fuel, which means we can use a little bit more energy trying to come back to the guys ahead. One downside of Formula E, people are always saying, is it is no interesting racing sound-wise. Yes, true. However, this managing act is quite interesting. Remember, I was in the BMW Sim Live last year. Well, it was already in 2019, and there I had the chance to chat with Sam Bird. No, sorry, Alexander Sims, the former BMW Formula E driver from 2019. And he said, it doesn't really feel like racing because you're sitting in the car managing all the time.
The lap was a 1:13.84.
Of course, I do understand him. As a racer's point of view, you always want to go as fast as you possibly can. So if you think Formula 1 is just the management of resources game, yes it is. But Formula E is even more, as we're taking the second activation of attack mode here, as we can make a little bit more use of fuel. We can also try to boost our energy a little more. Maybe we can even get a little bit more acceleration out of the hairpin out. This would be great. Therefore we need to do as much distance as possible in the 30 seconds of the attack mode remaining. Now attack mode is dead, so the initial acceleration out of the zone, out of the hairpin has now worked, and you know what? I'm picking up a little bit of pace, and do you know why that is? Because my tires are finally 10-15 degrees more up compared to the start.
That was a 1:12.99.
And of course I'm also driving a bit more better on the car. You can still spin the car despite you not pushing that at all. It's still, I think, considerably easy to outbrake yourself. So thanks to the attack mode last lap we used 5% of energy. So I need to make it back to 4 point something. And then you see the biggest issue for us on the straight is the AI is going too quick. So we probably would be close enough that we can desperately dive bomb them into this upcoming hairpin here. This was probably the only chance to really do a move on them. Also, slipstream should help us a little bit to save some energy, of course.
That was a 1:14.36.
Wow, that traction out of this turn is just biblical. And if you then think about the fact that you have to enable attack mode, and lose even more vital tenths when you're trying to do a move, I don't see how this is possibly working. So let's push a little bit more. See if we can somewhat be not into the wall, but lost vital time while trying to fight them. Oh, issues. One of the guys parked it up the inside. And knowing the AI, I think he will be stationary there the lap after. Still. And rFactor 2 could trigger a safety car for that. Please don't. Let's see what happens. Safety car would help us big mile though.
1:15.37.
Energy consumption, that's for sure. I just don't have that rear instability to just throw and smash the throttle. So we always have a little bit of a look on our fuel consumption there. So car got going again. But I mean, at the end of the day tonight, the esports guys will have less of a struggle than I have. Because you know they are all on the same material, which means it's only going to be driver related about how good they come out of any turn. Surely this AI is now using some variables in the setup and everything.
That was a 1:13.96.
So the guys will probably have it a little easier than me. I should think about putting the brake bias a bit to the front. Also, I'm not using the tires a lot at all. They are very cold. They are still with 97%. I used too much fuel last lap though. I always keep saying fuel. And that said, guys, I would be interested to know what kind of steroids the P1 car is on. Look at that gap. So either the P2 car has massive damage and is slowing down the entire pack a lot, but unlike that's the case, I'd be interested to have either the setup or the skill of that AI of the P1 car.
That was a 1:14.58.
4.85, very, very borderline on the energy we are. So I need to make it closer to the guys. Then for next lap I can think about enabling attack mode again, despite being low on fuel. Oh, sorry. But it seems like I could be close enough to just dive it up the inside. How many attack modes we have used already? Is it 2? Is it 1? Oh!
The lap was a 1:14.42.
Let's go for that attack mode, arm. Active. Push, push, push. Also, I feel with more attack mode, there's also more harvesting on the axis, yeah, on the rear, you know, when being off throttle. So yes, we got an. Oh no, sorry. So attack mode arm ended. Wasn't obviously scheduled to ram the car ahead. So I need to do this better next time. Ten minutes remaining.
The lap was a 1:14.19.
The lines they are taking out of that last turn is just biblically good. So now I am in that weird position. If I save too much on the straights, I'm gonna be just eaten up by the car behind. But if I use too much energy, I won't make it to the end of the race, because right now we're energy tight, or tight on battery. But you know, racing against that AI is a proper challenge, just because they have a different energy harvesting plan, I want to call it. Not sure how that is emulated again. And I'm really pushing it hard, as you can see.
The lap was a 1:14.72.
So we're looking good to save some more fuel. Having effectively a better line into turn 1, but here they suddenly got, and I'm gonna take that attack mode. Put. No, I used it 3 times. No attack mode available anymore. F. So whatever I need, I do now. I need to do it with. Didn't complete attack zone. Yeah, because I got the activation beacon. But I haven't got the, well, I got the arming beacon, but I haven't got the activation beacon, since activation is disabled for us. So, we have fuel for energy for a little bit more than 7 laps right now. And we have exactly 7 laps to go after this one.
The lap was a 1:14.63.
So with no attack modes available, I need to either dive it up on the inside of 1. And I used way too much fuel. But this is the other thing. If I need to save so much fuel, I can't line up myself on the inside of that hairpin. Or even get overtaken from car behind, you know. So, I hope you guys enjoyed that little race a little bit. I would have loved to be part of the Formula E Accelerate series. Sadly, P11 on the qualifying board hasn't been enough to raise interest of other teams. And of course hasn't been enough either in order to make it to the main series as a standard qualification, where we would have needed top 3 for that. Because, you know, this event, this style of driving would have been very, 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 very interesting. But at the end of the day, something needs to be said still. We're facing 6 Monaco Grand Prix, kinda. Because as you can see, I mean, where to actually overtake, even if I would be like full beans on the power. I mean, remember, I won't make it if I am. But even if I could, you know. 5 minutes remaining, but yeah.
The lap was a 1:14.29.
So that's exactly 5 laps to go. I got a little bit more than 5 liters, so 5% of energy per lap now, which means maybe we can start pushing. Oh, this is a goodie exit. But I'm afraid into that upcoming corner you can't really do anything. No, 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 no. Don't do this. F. Costed me just some additional time now.
The lap was a 1:15.45.
Damn it. So I need this lap to come closer again. Then I need to stay close till the first part of the circuit. And then I can have proper attack for a dive into the hairpin here. Hairpin also probably the best opportunity to harvest some energy.
The lap was a 1:14.44.
And again, AI from behind just had a look. So, we can nearly use full beans for the remaining 3 laps. Let's see what's possible with this. Dive, here we come. This time without killing the next car ahead. Noise. 2 laps after this one. Oh, someone's going box box. Not sure why. Wow, the P1 guy is so freaking quick.
1:14.45.
Is that a variance set in the AI skill levels? So 2 laps to go, which means we need to catch the first guy in this. Oh wait. Halt's Maul, I think I'm short on fuel. Is that possible? No, it's not. Whew. For a minute I was effing scared. Because now I need to have the yeet for a dive. Oh, what a dive! Yes, AI aggressiveness is kinda low, which allows us to do that moves. I'm 100% sure such moves won't be seen tonight when all the humans are driving against each other. So final lap, final car for us to get. We have, oh dear,
That was a 1:14.
Very low fuel.
3.
if we somehow make it past, we can maybe have a chance to somehow yeet it to the line. Push it, push it, push it. There is a car dead. Ah, he must be out of fuel. Hello. They are also doing some harvesting of energy, but not a lot. Ah, he's out of fuel. He's not doing harvesting of energy. He's out of energy, apparently. But some AIs actually make it to the line. Driver B1 has crossed the line. I need to make sure to make it to the line first. There is another car dead. Oh, we're nearly dead as well, but we come home right with 0% of energy on the line. And I tell you what, guys, if dead, if we would have had some energy left, we could have started regaining that on the last decimal again. But yes, guys, that it is. That will be the challenge everyone will have to face in the Formula E Accelerate series starting tonight. So going to have a quick look at a few scenes. So start is probably not the easiest or the best thing to see from this perspective. Good initial launch we had, and then the entire pack goes onto the track. Tonight, 25 minutes of racing. The guys will qualify in groups for 6, I think, so 4 qualifying groups there will be. And then the grid will be set, and the guys will race 25 minutes. As you've seen, it is fairly difficult to save enough energy and to make it to the end of the race. So that will be very, very interesting tonight to see how the drivers will do that harvesting, how the drivers will do that energy management. I gotta say, I somewhat enjoyed that 25-minute race. Is it a bit of a different? Is it something well, not a bit of a different. Is it something completely different? Yes, 100%. Like, I would even say it's as different as Rallycross to a certain extent. But you know, I somehow like it. It is challenging. You have to make up your mind. You saw we used up enough energy to do a move in the final stages of the race. And I think that is sometimes also what it is really about. Like, get your head wrapped up around certain things. Get your head into the game. Focus on what's important. Focus on your resources. You know, focus on what is available to you and what you can make use of in order to have a good race, to have a good performance, to have a good result. And well, we will be interested very much to see how these drivers for the €100,000 prize pool will battle it out. As I said, qualifying will be ever so much important with so much saving going on. If you decide to go for a move, it's probably going fairly easy because the guys that are trying to save up their energy for a later stage of the race, they will pretty much have no chance against defending you when you're keeping on the throttle until the actual braking point. So how this will enable racing, we will interestingly see how close this will be in the grid. We will be see tonight as well. I think you can easily do mistakes on your energy management when you are not running in a pack, or when you're distracted for just 2 or 3 laps for whatever reason. And yeah, I am going to be very much interested to see how this will be. And guys, I thank you so much for your time. I thank you so much for watching this. I hope you have enjoyed the content. If you're interested in taking this car out and getting the tracks, I have linked the Steam Workshop items of rFactor 2 down in the video description below, as we're now taking the activation zone for the attack mode. So you see our halo shining a little bit in blue. That is a nice feature. Loads of things not working properly on rFactor 2 lately, but this looks really nice. They've done a cracking job on that. And honestly, also I gotta say, looking at the tracks, they look really full detail, which is very nice to see. And yeah, we're all looking forward to the 6 race series of the Formula E Accelerate competition to come up. Guys, that's gonna do it for this one. That's gonna do it for today. Thank you so much for watching. If you do appreciate the content we do, please give this video a like, share and like the channel, subscribe to the channel, make our community grow, and come back for more live streaming and more sim racing content. Goodbye.